Hey, so I went to Human X last week and mainly just wanted to talk about my experiences, what it was like, the takeaways, and maybe help you decide if you want to go next year. So basically, Human X, the main types of talks that they gave, there were these big speakers on stage, and they got some really heavy hitters. Actually, they got like the CTO of Zoom, I think the CPO of Anthropic. So they were like the main attractions and giving these really high level talks on stage. There are also these like smaller roundtables. These were more discussion based, and you got some pretty good Q&A with some, again, like heavy hitters at a lot of big companies building AI applications. And lastly, there were these things called masterclasses, which again are smaller sessions where they talk basically more about the technical things on building AI applications. And I think these are more relevant if you're more of like a technical audience. I think the speakers were more relevant if you're maybe like in leadership and just want to like enable AI for your organization. And the roundtables I think are really good for networking, getting more like intimate one-on-one time with a lot of attendees and with the speakers as well. So these were basically the main types of speakers. I don't go to many conferences, but I do have to say, I think this is like some of the best amenities I've ever seen. First one is like open bar at the end of every day. And it was like 4 days. Next, I'm pretty food motivated. So this was a big one for me, but it's like some of the best conference food I've ever had. There were these like desserts at the end of every lunch, like multiple different options. And they were all like fancy, like macarons and these like gelato desserts. So that was really good. And unlike some of the catering, like the food wasn't dry, the meats were like good, and plenty of vegetables too. I got my headshot taken. I know it's probably isn't a big one for a lot of people, but I haven't got my headshot in like years. So that was nice. And lastly, this was kind of weird because I feel like having a dog park where it's not your dog, it's not for people to bring their dogs. It's like they brought in these emotional support dogs for people like pet. It feels transactional, right? The fact that it's like not my dog. Oh, but people were there. I thought it was cool and they dedicated like a lot of space, but I feel like a really tech company thing to do, but it was there. And yeah, I guess my main experiences aside from the speaker sessions is like what type of people and companies were there. I saw two main types of companies, I would say. One first type is AI companies that were really just applying AI to really specific industries. I saw ones for like estate planning, for drug discovery, and then more general ones like guys like SDRs to help with sales, AI code assistants, like Devin AI type AI companies. And yeah, it's just people using their expertise in specific industries and applying them with AI. Second type are companies helping AI companies build applications. So helping them build like infrastructure, helping them fine tune their systems, provide better RAG capabilities. And so it's like people applying AI to specific things and people helping AI companies apply AI to specific industries. I know it's like kind of general and maybe that's like all companies in general, but I do think that's like pretty interesting to me, especially how many companies are built around helping other AI companies build applications. It's definitely like a big theme and a big majority of a lot of the sponsors there. And overall takeaways. So I know AI and LLMs have been around for maybe 2 or 3 years, but I would say it's still in its infancy. I was surprised talking with a lot of people there. There are people there just there to learn. They don't have a use case yet. People in big companies, right? They just want to know like what AI is, and they don't even have an idea of what they want to use AI for in their company, but they just want to know, they just know that it's powerful and other people are using it. So they're like, how can I use it? So I was a little bit surprised, right? And then there are people, even though I said it's in its infancy, people who do know exactly what they want to do. And that's what I talked about before. People like helping other companies build AI applications or people just applying it to really niche industries. There are certainly a lot of people who know exactly what they want to do. And lastly, I don't know if this needs to be said, but I think this is like one of the firsthand evidence, like experiences that I've had where it's just like a lot of money going into AI, from governments to VCs, to events, right? Like the amenities, I think maybe if I went to a normal SaaS or a normal like data science conference, I don't know if the amenities would have been nice, right? So certainly a lot of money going in. And would I go back to HumanX? I would say yes, but now that I've been once, I know exactly what to look for. And for me, I'm maybe not in leadership at a big company. So these high level sessions, even though they have like really big names, actually, I forgot to mention, even Colin Kaepernick was there. He has like an AI company, but yeah, I would probably skip out on those just because I would say a little bit more fluffy, right? It's like how to enable your organization and things to look out for. But I would probably mainly go to the master classes and roundtables. They're smaller groups, so I think better like networking in smaller groups, as well as you get some more like technical information. And yeah, like I think the conference was actually like 4 days total, and that's too many for me. I think 2 days, I get really tired of conferences. So yeah, knowing what I know now, 2 days is plenty. And then most importantly, I think just bringing more of that energy and by drinking more of the AI Kool-Aid, just being really excited and enthusiastic about it, drinking the Kool-Aid responsibly. But I do think it's probably important to go to a conference dedicated to AI. There are definitely people that are just like really excited and to be there. That's this week's diagram, this week's topic. To like and subscribe for more AI tech related content and diagrams. And yeah, I'll see you next time.